Tarnish, Frame, Hoard, Decelerate。今回は英語の4つの動詞を紹介します。見ただけでなんとなくこういう意味かなって想像できる動詞もありますよね。特に英語をやってきた人ならすぐにピンとくると思います。でも逆にこれはどういう意味ってなる動詞もあります。今回の Tarnish なんかはもうまさにそうで、辞書で調べないとなかなか分かりにくい、単語ということですね。こういう動詞はただ意味を調べるだけじゃなくて、バックストーリーやその微妙なニュアンスの違いとか、あとはその実際会話での使い方が、そのポイントを押さえておくことが大事なんです。そうやって理解しておくとずっと覚えやすくなりますよ。So let's get things moving with our first verb. It's time to build up your vocabulary. The first verb is tarnish. 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 Here's the meaning in Japanese. The word tarnish comes from the old French word ternir, which means to make dull or to dim. Basically, it doesn't look as good as it used to. It originally referred to metals, especially silver and copper, losing their shine and becoming discolored, especially when exposed to air and moisture. In this picture, the spoon on the right is tarnished, but the one on the left looks shiny and clean. In daily conversation, however, tarnished is often used metaphorically. Metaphorically, that's a good word. So to describe how someone's reputation could also lose its shine or luster. Let's take Tiger Woods. At the height of his career, he was the golden boy of golf, but personal scandals tarnished his wholesome family man image. It's like if Shohei Ohtani was photographed kissing another woman in a nightclub. Oh boy, that would tarnish his squeaky clean reputation. The emissions fraud tarnished Volkswagen's credibility with regulators worldwide. I don't know if you remember, probably 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago, Volkswagen had a big problem. They doctored the numbers on the emissions coming from, I think it was their diesel engine cars. And basically they had been providing false information. I don't really know the details of this particular case, but it did happen. And from that point on, the reputation or the credibility of Volkswagen was tarnished. Before, it was up here, and then, it came down a bit. It happens sometimes. Personal controversies tarnished Johnny Depp's Hollywood career for several years. So I guess he's had kind of a lot of kind of ups and downs in his career, hasn't he? He's been like the bad boy of Hollywood, the good boy of Hollywood. There's all kinds of accusations. I guess maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago, he was in that big court case with his ex-wife. And, his reputation was kind of tarnished, and he didn't get so many like big offers from like advertising companies or big Hollywood movies. But I think he's kind of making a bit of a comeback now, but I'm not too sure. But, that's a good example of someone whose Hollywood career can become tarnished. Here's a quote from Zooey Deschanel, an American actress and singer who I used to watch in New Girl, the TV show that ran from 2011 to 2018.
Don't allow the coldness and fear of others to tarnish your perfectly vulnerable beating heart.
The second verb is frame. 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 This is what it means in Japanese. We all know what a frame is. It's for putting our photographs or paintings in. But the meaning that I want you to know about is when we say something like, I've been framed, or are you trying to frame me? You're trying to falsely blame someone, to deliberately make someone appear guilty of a crime they didn't commit. This is usually done by planting false evidence or manipulating circumstances. Here's a real-life example. If someone steals money and then plants some of it in their coworker's desk, they are framing the coworker. The coworker is innocent but becomes the suspect. They have been framed. We see this kind of thing in crimes like murder and theft, but also in politics. All those bad people out there trying to pin the blame on innocent people. The real murderer framed his neighbor by leaving the weapon in his garage. So we see this kind of thing all the time in movies and sometimes in like those real life crime documentaries where it actually shows you this really happening. I suppose it's human nature to do this kind of thing, to try and pin the blame, to try to frame another person so that you don't have to take any responsibility and that person goes to jail. Framing. The accountant framed his assistant for the missing funds by altering the computer records. So this is a very good example of a white-collar crime. Ones where you use data or statistics or numbers or, some kind of information in order to put the blame to frame another person. Let's have a real-life quote from Ryan Gosling, the incredibly successful Canadian actor who's talking about a famous movie from way back in 1988. Remember this one?
My first exposure to what Hollywood was like, behind the scenes, was when Joel Silver started screaming at Roger Rabbit at the beginning of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
It is I, Zorro. I am fighting for my people. They are very good people, but their reputation has been tarnished by the corrupt Spanish California government. Oh, they are some terrible people who need to be put to justice. Who is this? Who can it be? Ah!
Zorro, is that you?
Yes, it's me, Mama. What's the matter?
I heard that people are looking for you.
Yes, Mama. They are trying to frame me for crimes I did not commit. Oh.
Okay, well, can you get some milk on the way
milk?
home?
Regular or low fat?
Low fat.
Okay, Mama. I'll see you later. Kiss, kiss. You see, I will go down in history as the man who saved his people, whose reputation was being tarnished, and I am being framed at the same time. I have much to do, but first I must go and get some milk. Ha!
The third verb is hoard. 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 What does it mean in Japanese? In English, hoard is mostly used in a negative sense. It's to store and collect like large quantities of something, usually secretly and excessively. I'm sure you've seen those TV shows where people just can't throw anything away. They keep everything. I actually find those TV shows intensely satisfying. Is it just me? So this is a problem all over the world. Hoarding. There are the same TV shows in lots of countries. I enjoy watching the TV show called Hoarders, which has been running since 2009. The medical condition is called hoarding disorder. which is actually classified as a serious mental condition in some countries. It's not just about being messy or lazy. These people suffer distress and need professional help. My grandmother hoards designer shopping bags from luxury stores, saying she'll use them again someday. I bet you're guilty of that too, aren't you? I'm guilty of that. I hoard those bags, and I have a few just right here. So these bags here, just a few from the selection which we have in the closet over there. Why do we keep those bags? They're so nice, it's just difficult to throw them away, so we tend to hoard them, don't we? My friend hoards takeout condiment packets in his kitchen drawers. So, you know, like if you go to some takeout place and get like a little sachet of mustard or ketchup or sauce or barbecue sauce or something, and you don't want it, but you don't want to throw it away, you tend to hoard them. And before you know it, you've got like 20 or 30, maybe 100 of them. Let's have a quote from Angela Merkel, the German politician who served as the Chancellor of Germany from 2005 to 2021, and also as the de facto leader of the European Union.
This inclination to hoard is deeply ingrained in me because in the past, in times of scarcity, you took what you could get.
Next up, we've got decelerate. 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 In Japanese, you'd say, this one pretty much speaks for itself in that it's the opposite of accelerate, which means to go faster. One little point that I really feel I have to talk about here is when you're talking about the accelerator in your car or gas pedal, as they say in the US. If you use the Japanese word akseru, native speakers will have no idea what you're talking about. In some cases, using the Japanese version of the word can be fine. But this is one of the cases where it's not. For a verb, say accelerate. For a noun, say accelerator. Or gas pedal, like in the US. So decelerate means to reduce speed, to slow down, or to cause something to slow down. And it's not just about cars, it can also be used for these kinds of things. Concepts, processes, objects, or vehicles. As we age, our metabolism tends to decelerate, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. So this is a really good excuse to use, isn't it? Oh, my metabolism is decelerating. That's why I'm getting so fat. I might use this excuse the next time someone says that to me. My metabolism is decelerating. Birth rates in developed countries continue to decelerate, leading to aging populations. So this is a very real problem, isn't it? Especially in a country like Japan, where we have like the upside down triangle. The aging population is really big, and the number of young people is getting smaller and smaller. So, and young people are deciding sometimes not even to get married or not to have any children at all, or maybe just one. Here's a movie quote from the movie Interstellar, where Matthew McConaughey's character is talking about slowing down the spacecraft.
Look, I could swing around that neutron star to decelerate.
Now this is a professional kitchen, but I must admit, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I can't throw things away. I'll hold on to things even although I know I'll probably never use them again. I just hang on to them. We've got this food mixer, which I've had for about 20 years now, and it started to decelerate. It just doesn't have the power that it used to have, you know, when it's mixing up cake mixes or some kind of batter, that kind of thing. And some of the chefs have started to complain. So I might just have to bite the bullet and buy a new one. They're really expensive. But at the same time, I think I'm going to hold on to this one just in case. You never know, it might come in handy in the future. Save things for a rainy day. That's what I say. It's homework time. Now remember, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And if you found this video to be useful, leave a like. It would really help me out. Now, I want you to make a sentence using the following words: tarnish, scandal, and politician. Okay? So use those three words, make a beautiful English sentence, leave your answers down in the comments below, and I'll check them as soon as I have some free time. Best of luck!